The following program is being brought to you by the Farmhouse Cafe and Mind, Body, Spirit of Omaha.
Living in the millennium, souls be looking for a healing, and he's healing them, filling some of them with his spirit.
My name is Hesselgesser, and this is Hesselgesser on Purpose. Welcome to the show. Just a quick reminder before we start the show, I wanted to remind everybody that we're in October now, which is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So please visit your physician and find out if it's time for you to have a mammogram or an ultrasound or whatever preventive tests he wants you to have. Remember, it saves lives, and we want everybody out there to be healthy so that they can find your purpose. Tonight's guest is Jess Coleman of Mind, Body, and Spirit. So when we come back, we'll welcome her to the show.
Living in the millennium, souls be looking for a healing, and he's healing them, filling some of them with his spirit. The devil killing some of them softly, cause they ain't trying to hear it. But listen, here it's the last and wicked.
Welcome back to Hesselgesser on Purpose. I'd like to introduce my very special guest this evening. Her name is Jess Coleman, and she's with Mind, Body, Spirit of Omaha. Jess, thank you so much for being here this evening.
Thank you.
I've been looking forward to this. I've really wanted to talk to you about your business and what it is that you do and the wonderful services that you provide. Tell me a little bit about your story and Mind, Body, Spirit of Omaha. How did it come to be, and what was your passion for wanting to do that?
I created Mind, Body, Spirit of Omaha because I, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, realized I was a psychic medium.
I didn't know that.
Yes, I was in a class, and I had had inclinations my whole life, but I wasn't aware that's what it was. I was very Christian in church. I thought it was God, Jesus, the voices. I sound crazy.
No. Did you see dead people?
I don't see, I feel, and know.
Okay.
It's a knowing. I don't think I want to see. But so I took a class that up here another psychic medium was having. And in that class, I realized what was going on. And from that moment on, I had panic attacks. I didn't know quite how to deal with it. And
it was probably scary.
It's very scary.
I can't imagine. Yeah.
Yes.
So can I interrupt you for a moment?
Yeah.
So when this happened to you, did you? Were you just sitting still?
We were practicing.
Okay.
I went to a class to meet my spirit guides, I believe, or something of that nature. I was just getting into the holistic, intuitive awareness.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was in a class practicing, and all of a sudden I did feel and see in your third eye. I saw a picture of my partner's mother. And she started telling me about her passing and all of that stuff. And
now, had you met her while she was
No,
living?
I didn't know her.
So
no,
you
this
just knew
was
that
someone in class
photograph.
that I never knew. It was just a picture I saw in my mind when we started working with energy. And I just started reading her like I knew what I was doing, and I didn't.
Wow.
And I just saw her mother, and she told me about her passing. The mother did, who was in spirit. And I just started telling her about her life path and purpose, and about her husband, her daughter. I started hearing names that were accurate. And from there I went home and had like a 7-day panic attack. And then I tried to find my way, because I knew that that's what I was meant to do.
You were supposed to utilize that, and you were given this information, and then you're probably thinking, okay, now what?
Now what? And I was an elementary teacher, so yes. not looking to be a psychic
A little bit
medium.
far apart from.
Yes, and I was in like my 3rd or 4th semester for my master's in counseling, so I was not looking to do that.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
I did not know this.
Yeah.
You've been holding this story out on me.
So, yeah, that's why I created Mind, Body, Spirit of Omaha, because I had nowhere. I didn't feel like I had anywhere to go for help or to figure out how to expand what I was working on, trying to be psychic medium. I didn't really feel like I had anybody. So I wanted it for the community, so people have a safe place to grow their intuition and their abilities.
That's amazing. I love to hear stories. We talk a lot about purpose on the show, obviously, but I love to hear stories about somebody like you who maybe didn't feel like you belonged, so you created your own space to belong into and to invite others.
Yes.
That is amazing. I didn't know that. So I have to ask you a question. A few weeks back, we had psychic medium Andy Myers on the show. Are you familiar with him?
Yes, I was actually at the center in class, and I did life coaching at his center when I found out I was a psychic medium.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
So I'm just curious maybe a little bit I know that just like anything else, you're all individuals and probably feelings and thoughts and I don't know what, visions,
Yeah.
Come to you differently. Do you feel like when it comes to you at any time, do you feel the need to communicate that, or how does that work for you?
No, I'm not Teresa Caputo. No, I don't do Walmart runs where you tell people that their dead ones are standing behind them.
Yeah.
Not that that's not okay, she's amazing,
Yeah.
but no, I'm very private about it, and I feel like it's a private matter, and very intimate information that comes through in readings, and so I try to keep it very individualized. I'm just now pressing the envelope for myself to do galleries and small intimate events, because I like the one-on-one and the intimacy behind the readings.
Of course. Now, are there certain things that you have to do in preparation for that? For example, you and I are sitting here for this show. If you were to get a feeling, would that be something that you would feel free to communicate, or do you need to prepare for that in advance? How does that work?
I have thick boundaries with
boundaries.
spirit. Spirit is no different than us sitting here like this. Spirit is the same thing, except they don't have their human body. And so a lot of people, they don't realize that there's boundaries, just like you and I have boundaries with each other. I have boundaries with spirit. And so they're not allowed to come and impress that upon me while I'm interviewing with you. I don't.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you have to
I meditate.
request that.
Yes.
be open
Meditation
to
is
that.
the key to connect. My students that come to classes, my clients, that's the number one thing in life that I think everybody should do is meditate. And that opens up the doorway for those sessions. And I meditate before each client.
So for somebody that is watching this and knows how beneficial meditation could be, what quick advice do you give them about how to? I can speak from personal experience. I had a wonderful service the other day with Jasmine, which I want to talk to you about. But I was saying meditation is difficult for me because it's really hard for me to harness quiet. It's really hard for me to, negate
Yes.
the crap.
Yes. We are trained with crap, I hate to say.
No, it's crap. It's one of my favorite words. So what advice would you have for somebody who's wanting to, to do that, to learn that in and of themselves, in between maybe going to Mind, Body, Spirit of Omaha and learning it, but what advice would you give?
To do guided meditation. That is the number
that?
one. It is where YouTube, free, many amazing guided meditations, but it's where you're actually walked through your meditation. So it teaches you to go inside, but you don't have the quietness that drives you crazy, because like myself, our minds go rampant and you can't calm it to meditate. So start with guided meditation and then train yourself to get used to that. but just calming yourself down with their voice, the person who you choose, and eventually you can go inside on your own without the background noise. It takes a good 30 days of guided meditation to start getting into the routine.
That makes sense.
Guided meditation is awesome though, and it still gets you there.
Wow, that's great. So tell me about Mind, Body, Spirit of Omaha. What are the services that you have, and tell me a little bit. How long has it been in existence?
It's been open since January 11th. So I lose track of months. Is it 9 months?
This is October 1st.
Yes.
Hard to believe.
It is my baby, and it has been work, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I love it. It's eclectic. We have probably 15 to 20 different services, anywhere from daily yoga to meditation. We have crystal bowl meditations where they play crystal bowls and vibration, adjust your aura, and different terminology that I'll spare today. But there's that. There's psychic medium readings. We have licensed mental health practitioners. We have life coaches. We have it all. Everything's under one roof.
So so I'm assuming that you are careful about the people that you partner with.
Yes.
To make sure that they're in line with your particular
vision.
Yeah.
Yes. There's interviewing. Definitely I don't endorse anybody unless I've had their service. So yes, it's very particular.
So it's kind of like I think of a salon suite where you can go in and have different services by different people.
Exactly.
And they're all independent.
Yes.
But they're all under one roof to
yes.
like-minded services.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's exactly what it is.
Perfect. Now the other day I had, is it Reiki or Reiki?
It can be either.
Okay.
Reiki. I say Reiki, some say Reiki.
Okay.
It can be either.
With Jasmine. I went in with an open mind. I'd never had a service before. I've had different massage therapies before, but never Reiki. So I went in with an open mind, but I was a little bit skeptical because I think it's kind of human nature to go, what the heck, can this? But I have to tell you, and I'm not just saying this, it was an amazing experience. She was very good at explaining the historical perspective of Reiki and why it's come to be and how it came to the U.S. and what its advantages and benefits are. She explained that the touch is really heavier than that.
All that you will be doing is just lying down, relaxing. We take a little bit of time to talk about, are there any maybe emotional issues that you've been going through after this procedure, or physical issues, and I'll make sure to spend some extra time in those areas.
Wonderful.
May I have your hand for a moment?
Of course.
Okay, so the touch will never be any more than this. Okay? So it will never be any pressure, or it will be very light, very comfortable.
Okay. I elected to keep my eyes shut during the entire service, so I don't really know what was going on.
You kind of lose track.
I smelled things and, I sensed things, but I kept my eyes shut because I really wanted to go wherever, I was. Yeah. But two things I walked away with. One was that it was very interesting, and I've never had this sensation before. If this makes any sense, and I don't know whether anybody said this before, I didn't know, wherever she touched me, I didn't know that she actually let up until I felt her touch elsewhere. Does that make sense?
Yes, her energy imprint was still there.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
say, does that make sense?
Yeah,
a lot,
it does.
But
it does.
So it's energy. Reiki is energy, and we're all energy. Vibrations. And so with Reiki, you will get that. It'll feel like 3 minutes later she's still here when really she's at your head, and that imprint's just coming upon you. Is that what you're?
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, and she never, it's not like she put that idea into my head or that I had any idea. It was just it was an interesting experience. The second thing is, as God is my witness, this is the truth. I cannot remember a time when I've been able to relax like that and not have any other thoughts
In your mind.
other than whatever. She was terrific because what she did was she set a scene,
Yes.
but then she let me paint it.
Fill it in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So she was very good at setting a scene, but wherever I wanted to go with that is where I went. And I even at one point, I know this is going to sound kind of counterintuitive, but at one point I tried to force myself to think of something negative.
And you couldn't?
Yes, but I couldn't, because
Yes.
sometimes it's the reverse. One of the hardest times for me is, in the middle of the night if I wake up,
Yes.
negative thoughts. So then I'm doing the reverse. I'm trying to force positive thoughts into my head or to remember the time. And I just thought it was so beneficial because I could not force a
Get a
negative thought into
negative.
my head.
That's a good practitioner. When they allow you to paint your own scene, like you're saying, fill it in, you know that it's a good service, because a lot of times people will fill it in for you. And the benefit of you filling it in is your own healing that takes place, because she's not healing you, it's the energy, but your intent behind it is what gets you to where you went. Does that make sense?
It does. It was a very comfortable environment. I had all my clothes on, in case anybody was wondering, because I just truly didn't know what to expect. Well, I took my shoes off. But had I known, I think next time I will go in my nightgown, because I just think that that's appropriate. I think maybe that's what I should do.
You just need to relax.
To just really, enjoy the whole thing. But the environment, she had some music. I know she did what was called I can't think of the name of it. Where I was able to smell and take in cedar and
Oils? Was it oil?
Yeah, but she called
aromas.
But she called it not a scrubbing, but help me.
I'm bad. I don't even know.
Yes,
Smudging.
Smudging.
Oh,
Thank you,
see.
Ani.
Yes.
Yes, smudging. And that scared me a little bit, because I thought I was going to leave dirty, or I didn't know what the deal was. But it was just the aromas and
Yes.
the cedar, and kind of getting back to nature and getting into a place where we can commune with other things, I guess.
Yeah.
So I have to tell you, it was a wonderful experience,
I'm
and I
glad.
highly recommend it. Also, while my producer and I were there, we ran into one of your massage therapists.
Yes.
Talked to her a little bit about
Debbie? Was it Debbie?
Was it Debbie?
Little fit athletic.
Debbie. Little blonde
She's
thing.
amazing, yes.
Looks like she could kick somebody's ass.
She just
Yeah.
ran like a 500 or a 50-mile marathon or something.
Oh, I
500
can't-
miles. That's dramatic.
I can't relate
but
to people like that.
Yeah, she's amazing. Did you get to talk with her? And
I didn't, because I was in, but my producer visited with her a little bit and talked to her. So
Massage therapy is getting into the adhesions, breaking up tissue to get better range of motion, better blood flow, so the person can move better. Better for athletes when they get adhesions in. It's basically like a rubber band, and if you tied the muscle in knot after knot after knot, there's no range of motion. So when you do a massage, you basically release the adhesions, lengthen the muscle, and then people can get full range of motion back in. So that's what massage is. And then energy work basically puts the body back together energetically, so you are connected from head to toe.
So it isn't just about, because for me, what I know about massage is just how it feels.
Exactly, and a lot of people think massage is just for luxury or just for relaxation, and what a lot of people don't realize is massage can be used therapeutically. I have a lot of clients who come in and use me the same way they would a PT, or for rehab purposes, or to better their athletics, to help them perform better.
she's good. I've heard. I've not had a massage with her, but she's booked like a month out.
Yeah.
Her feedback's phenomenal.
I bet
so-
it is. So tell me a little bit about, how has your center been received in the Omaha community. By the way, I want to say where it is. It's off of 168th and Harrison.
Yep.
In that, is that called anything? Is that
Harrison Village.
Harrison Village.
Yes.
Okay, so that's where it's located. How has your services been received?
For the most part, I feel like feedback's phenomenal. You get the casual walker buyers that stumble in, like somebody made them come in and they're terrified.
Sure.
And they're like, your symbol looks a little creepy out there, and you have psychics here? Yes,
it's the
we
unknown,
do.
Isn't it? It's
yes.
the unknown. We don't always.
Yes. But besides the few, and that's maybe one every 3 or 4 months,
Yeah.
and then they end up leaving with psychic cards, so saying they're going to have a reading. But besides that, I think it's been really well accepted. People seem to be coming in more and more, and the feedback's really good.
Yeah. So what do you think is I mean, if you were to, why do you think your center's so important? I mean, if you were to try and, talk to a skeptic or somebody that really didn't understand the power and the empowerment that one can get from your array of services, what would you tell them? How do you explain it?
This is where I get on my soapbox.
That's okay. That's why we're here. I want you to, you're obviously passionate about it.
Very.
And I think, that old saying, knowledge is power. I think that things like that are scary to people because either they don't know how to experience it for themselves.
Yes.
And it's scary because it's unknown.
It is.
And they think it's do-do-do-do-do.
Foo-foo.
And,
yes.
Can they catch it? I mean, is it, it's...
Yes.
So, but I think part of that is really getting some of the facts out there and squelching some of it. Yes, educating.
I believe this center is amazing because every single human being is psychic, and that is my passion, to teach everybody that I come across that is interested, to teach them that they're psychic. And
so you believe you can teach somebody to tap into that?
Yes. My passion, one of the things I love is intuitive development, teaching people to grow themselves and to use their intuition and to live intuitively. Every single human being was born this way. We all have it. Some are more attuned to it than others, but it's inside all of us. It's not a gift. It's not special. You are a talk show host and you're really good at it, and you've probably done some training and you've made yourself become this way because it's your passion. Same with being a psychic or a medium, you grow yourself.
Do you feel like it's a spiritual connection?
Yes, I believe that psychic work should be done spiritually. Intuitiveness, yes, it's your internal being, who you are.
Don't you think that part of the issue is that there are some people wandering about that maybe feel like that's counterintuitive to spiritual or belief in God? For me, it's in alignment with that.
Yes.
Is it for you?
Yes, it is. A lot of people do have that belief because, I hate to say this, but our society has trained us to be on autopilot. And so...
with so many things.
Yes, our lineage says it's devil worshiping, it's this, it's that, the Bible says. But being in church 3 days a week, a lot of my life, if you read that Bible, Jesus clearly states everybody's born this way. Everybody can do these talents. Everybody has this gift. It's a matter of inner access and developing it. And that is where I get flustered because people preach what they don't really know about. And I'm not saying I know it all. I don't at all. But I've read that Bible and I do know what it says, and it is spiritual. So.
Well, and there's nothing wrong with, when it comes to our spirituality, I'm reading a wonderful book right now that suggests that, when we look at the industries that power our economy and our world, whether they be social or political or scientific or industrial, that we're taught to question the prior assumption. you know, even medically, because we're growing, we're evolving, we're supposed to be able to do that. But when it comes to spirituality, not so much.
Yes.
And so I love centers like yours that really make us want to know more, make us want to go inside and to believe that we do have that ability and that power. Because if we believe that, then what more can we do with our own lives?
It's life-changing. To live intuitively is life-changing. And it makes me sad and crazy that people don't want to live intuitively. It's not my business, and it's their choice. But intuition changes, it's a game changer. It changes your whole life. And when you can tap in and know if this choice or that choice is right for you, you can ask your higher self if this job is right for you. You cut out 90% of your life drama. You go internal, you ask yourself, and you clearly hear and know, and you live that way. And it's worth looking into if you're not living intuitively.
Yeah, yeah. Well, like I said, I'm a fan. I will be.
Thank you.
I'll be going there for other services. So you do massage therapy,
Yes.
yoga,
Yes.
psychic training,
Reading.
crystal globe thing that you were.
Crystal bowl meditation. It vibrates your whole skin, your whole aura, and hypnotherapy. I forgot massage and hypnotherapy. There are two of our main services. People.
So can I get hypnotized for, you know, I've been told I have a couple of pet peeves that drive other people, like table manners. If somebody slurps or smacks
Yes.
their food, I want to smack them.
Yes.
So can somebody hypnotize me too?
Yes.
Or maybe, oh, my producer said please. In fact, he's going, please.
Yes.
He's even doing
We'll
Hail
pay
Mary.
you. We'll pay you, yeah. Yes.
Sign me up.
It's nothing, hypnotherapy is not going to do anything that you don't have the internal capability to do. So
Oh,
it's
then I'm screwed.
always,
I don't know that I want to.
it's in you, it's in you, it's in
Okay.
you. But hypnotherapists just enhance. They enhance what you're capable of doing yourself, so.
Well, Jess, you have been a tremendous guest. I love your business. I love what you're doing. I love your purpose. I'm so glad you figured it out and in the process helping other people. So thank you for joining us this evening. And I'm Robin Hesselgesser, reminding you to live your life on purpose. Catch you next week.
Another day living in them, another day living in the millennium. Souls be looking for a healing and he's healing them. Filling some of them with his spirit. The devil killing some of them softly cause they ain't trying to hear it. But listen, here it's the last and wicked, terrible.
The following program is being brought to you by the Farmhouse Cafe and Mind Body Spirit of Omaha.